time of year that everyone is ready to get outside and explore. But where to go? With so many travel restrictions and constantly changing rules, it is hard to navigate how to have a fun summer getaway. Good thing we have our favorite travel advisor, Melinda Fortunato, here to talk about traveling in 2020. It's weird.
It is weird.
Well, first of all, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, so where have you been since this whole thing kind of started?
Well, I've been home a lot.
Yes.
But what's fun is, as hard as this time is, it's being creative and seeing how other people are being creative and spending their time and finding all the cool things there are locally to do.
Right?
I mean, DC, you can park easily, you can walk around and it's not crowded. And then there's a lot of, little towns locally that you can drive to. People want to be outdoors, they want to kayak, they want to paddleboard, and then like Occoquan is close to me, so it's a cute little historic town. There's small businesses that you can support.
Yes,
so
that's a good thing about kind of looking locally and supporting these beautiful, especially where we are in Virginia, there's so many beautiful historic towns that we can support local business, still be outside, and still feel like we're kind of having a getaway.
Yes.
So I went to Nemacolin in Pennsylvania, and it was so nice, first of all, to not be in my house, but also just to be somewhere else. And they had so many activities that were kind of family friendly and outside. Swimming and hiking, and they have an animal park there. So I would say for your clients, that was a great place to go. What are some other great places that you're kind of telling your clients to go to right now?
Well, again, depending on their comfort with flying. So if we put that to the side, drivable destinations. In Virginia, you've got Kings Mill Resort in Williamsburg. You've got the Homestead, Wintergreen, the Inn at Little Washington. Did you see what they did in their restaurant? They put the mannequins in there. Instead of taking tables out, they put mannequins in.
I saw that.
Yeah. So those are all outdoor things to do. And then a few years ago, my family did a road trip up to Boston, and instead of a hotel, we stayed in a stationary boat, 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
Awesome.
Right at the north part of the city. And so every morning we had coffee on top of the boat with a gorgeous view of Boston, and then we would just walk in and tour the city.
That is a great idea.
And they have those opportunities all over the U.S. So there's a lot that has been here, but now because people are limited in what they can do,
we're thinking differently.
Yes,
like I would have never thought like we could just take a boat up to Boston and kind of that could be our base. That's such a good idea. Let's also talk about glamping. I'm not a camper myself, but I all of a sudden am like, yes, let's go camping. I am just ready. So what have you seen? What are kind of people doing in terms of glamping?
So, and again, that's one of those things that's been around, but more and more people want to do it now, especially out west. But I mean, the accommodations for glamping it could be a cabin, it could be a tree house, it could be a dome, or there's a company called Upper Canvas, and it just has this beautiful canvas tent. It's got a skylight, so you're looking at the stars at night. It's got high quality bedding. You can have culinary experiences. You can have wine experiences.
Sold.
Yeah, so it's a combination of having some adventure, having luxury, being taken care of, and wellness too, because you're outside breathing fresh air and it's just...
But I like how people are just starting to think differently. I would have never thought that I would want to go camping, but now I want to go camping just because I want to have an experience. I want to have an adventure. So when I was in Pennsylvania, I was really looking at how places are being kind of COVID friendly with, hand sanitizers and kind of temperature checks. What have you seen as kind of like in terms of safety measures people doing?
So a lot of hotels are partnering with Lysol, with Johns Hopkins, with the Cleveland Clinic to create programs and protocols specifically for cleanliness and to make sure their guests are safe. So if they didn't already, they're offering mobile check-in, they're offering keyless entry, they're taking out high-touch items like pens and catalogs, they're not having buffet breakfasts.
Yes.
Some room service, some not room service. It just depends. And what's interesting to me is a lot of people right now want to avoid hotels somewhat because they don't want to be around strangers. But so they're doing some private rentals. And those private rentals are great. You just have to ask a lot of questions because they don't have those protocols in place.
Exactly.
So asking, who's been here before me or how long, since they've left.
Yes.
Who's cleaning it in between? Are they wearing masks and gloves? And what are your cancellation policies?
That's a good thing.
That's the biggest question that I get from everyone is cancellation policies and travel insurance.
Well, you know what I think they should do? They should go to you to find out more information. So where can people find you?
So you can find me online at Best Travel. My website is www.besttrvl.com.
Thank you so much, Melinda. You always have the best tips, and I look forward to when we can go glamping and on the plane together very soon.
Me too. Thank you.
We've got to take one final break, but we've got more of the Jet Set coming up.